after we balance the mind, personality differences can become fun instead of utterly terrifying. I mean, the truth is, each of the four basic personality groups defines reality so differently that for longer than anyone can remember, we've literally been going to war instead of therapy to solve our problems. Even though we've always had fabulous help. I mean, astrology is the oldest personality group study known to humanity. There are three basic ideas in astrology, though, that are understandably hard for beginners to believe at first. The first one is that there's always a simple explanation for everyone's behavior. I mean, if that were true, why would we need therapists, right? Secondly, this predictability still never violates free will. In other words, the fact that you can always tell what somebody's going to do never means that you can tell what somebody's going to do. It's like, say what? Okay. Thirdly, this stuff can be predicted and even physically verified by looking at apparently unrelated things, like time or planetary angles. Quantum physics understands that, the butterfly can flap its wings in Peking, and in Central Park you get sunshine instead of rain, right? Still, I mean, if you don't have some kind of familiarity with natural patterns, honestly, most of us have been taught that this stuff is just absolutely totally made up sounding, isn't it? Most people assume you just have to accept these outlandish sounding statements. But faith actually is not required. You can verify this. Many people honestly don't care about proof. They see no point in wasting time on what seems to be beyond facts. They just go with their feelings or beliefs on the subject. But the truth is, even totally uneducated investigators consistently rediscover the same patterns because they are natural. The only trustworthy way to learn about something controversial is to set all of the opinions aside, or you're just going to find whatever you look for. There is a lot of false science out there that's been sponsored by people who had a profit to make off of the answers. In modern times, there are two primary systems in use. The West looks at planetary angles, which honestly only experts can do. Most popular references use out-of-date maps and average versus actual constellation sizes, and that really actually causes a lot of error in a system that's technically based on physical accuracy. The East, however, uses a simpler time-based system to make it very easy for anyone to use accurately. If you go to this page, there is a link in the video comments. You'd be able to zoom in on these little charts here so you can take a peek at them. These are some of the better charts that I've found anywhere. At the end of the day, though, all three of patriarchy's main religions, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, tried to turn people away from these ancient arts, so false disinformation is rampant. What's important to remember is not that each system comes up with different information and expects belief like normal. Neither of those statements is actually true. That's just how patriarchy works. In reality, each system comes up with the same patterns in different ways, and it encourages critical thinking. So, what could AA possibly contribute to the oldest conversation on Earth that's actually new? Well, what's new is clarity. We have been mucking about so long, the clear water has turned to mud. Even the experts admit they have no idea how the system itself is created. They've lost sight of the basics. Come see how to reinvent astrology. Easily understand how it's all created in language a kindergartner could handle. Verify the system for yourself. No more expert explanations or refutations required. So, our library is finally opening. Our reInvent Astrology playlist on YouTube. It really doesn't have much yet because, Teachers love to cheat, but we can't only use one point of view to look at all the points of view. And then, unfortunately, that's still what most of the professionals do, right? So it looks like the oldest subject on Earth is actually an Angel Advice original, and it is premiering right now. So you can subscribe to catch everything hot off the press. Ditch all the $20 words without insulting your intelligence or oversimplifying. Anyone can spot basic patterns and reinvent astrology for themselves. This page is linked in the video comments, and our school community will have a special selection that works like a course showing you how. While you're waiting, or if you want to get spoiled, right? How we help. Of course, we always answer questions for free and offer top shelf yet income-based services. So you can absolutely find out what all the excitement is about without having to learn anything new first. That's always nice, right? No other astrologer unites every tradition at once. Get a truly professional reading for only $15 or a discounted family group reading for $50, presented in plain kindergarten without being oversimplified. All you have to do is make your, $15 or $50 donation. You can use that link. The link is also again in the video comments. And email me with the full birth date and time of day of either yourself or up to 4 people, and the email or texting phone number you want your results sent to. As well as, this is something I have long wished for and never really encountered in my own little astrology purchases. You can ask any special questions you might have to get some personal answers. It's not just an automated system you're interacting with. This is an actual professional service. So, also, please allow 24 hours, business hours, for delivery. Thank you. Again, if you go to the site here, you can kind of take a peek at just how different the same thing can look. It's time to understand what they're talking about and unite all of the traditions. Namaste, my angel. I honor the whole you.